The War of the Worlds has come to Canberra, but don't panic. It's being touted as the biggest musical theatre spectacular to come to town in years. It features a 27-piece rock band, an orchestra and the original multimedia elements direct from the UK. It opens tonight at the ANU Arts Centre and we join the conflict at the dress rehearsal.
I looked up enviously at those safely on board, straight into the eyes of my beloved Carrie.
War of the Worlds was a concept album that came out in 1978. Jeff Wayne decided to take the book, H.G. Wells' War of the Worlds, and develop it into a musical. It was his lifelong project, and he's had this music for the last 30 years, and it's been as popular as it was when it came out in 1978.
3, 4. Are you gonna take me home tonight? Are you gonna let it all hang out, fat bottom girls? You make the rockin' world go round.
I'm the musical director for War of the Worlds, and that means that I am responsible for rehearsing the cast in their vocal capacity for singing, and all of the musicians that are involved, I rehearse them. I also had to recruit them and draw them all together and set up a rehearsal schedule, and been rehearsing them until they're note perfect's not quite what we're aiming for, but just so that it's a real unity comes.
There must be something worth trying for. Even something worth dying for.
I'm looking after the lighting design is my main role. I'm the lighting designer for the War of the Worlds, and I've also taken on the role of putting the CGI film to screen for the performance. So the CGI is a very large part of the War of the Worlds, and the CGI will run for the duration of the entire musical from beginning to end.
I've spoken to so many people about this, and the consensus is really, oh, I remember this from when I was a teenager for, certain generations, and then saying, yes, I want my kids to come and see this, or there's, the school where I work is going to bring the whole drama, like all the drama classes are going to come and see a matinee, and they're going to do a whole unit of it in school, So I do think that it can do that, yeah. I think it's exciting.
And then it began to creep across the land.
What makes the show unusual is the fact that it's so heavily reliant on the orchestra and the band as opposed to the onstage cast.
It's probably easier to think of as a live rock show with big shiny lights, and the cast in terms of singing are quite secondary.
There's no dancing girls coming in and doing Martian dancing
no,
or anything like that.
Yeah, it's very different from a standard kind of what you would think of as a Broadway musical in that way, but as a result it poses a whole bunch of different challenges to the standard trying to dance and sing and act and smile and a lot of very talented musicians and performers here in Canberra that it's nice to get out there and show the community something that might be popular to people outside of just the musical theatre community, to really draw some new audience in and get people seeing what we've got.
The chances of anything coming from Mars are a million to one, but still they go.
This show is probably going to be one of the most technically advanced shows that Canberra has seen in amateur theatre, and probably in Australia. Amateur theatre have not done this kind of show, and it's very exciting.
And Jeff Wayne's musical version of War of the Worlds opens tonight and runs until October the 27th at the ANU Arts Centre.